I'm gonna get better at reading things out loud. So I'm gonna do a dramatic reading of the Juliet essay I just wrote. With some classical music in the background. This is Mr. Bach. Mr. Bach. I'm pretty sure that's how you say his name. Okay. The question was, how is Juliet presented in the play and in the extract? And the extract was the one where it's like, and I'll no longer be a Capulet, oh Romeo, where art thou for Romeo? Okay. So I'm just gonna read. Shakespeare presents ideas about family through the character of Juliet. She is shown to be a bad Christian, and Shakespeare may be promoting the patriarchy through the actions she takes. At the beginning of the play, Juliet is shown to be an obedient daughter. She says, I look to like, showing that she does what her parents want. When they ask her to check out Paris, she does because they asked, even though she isn't interested in marriage. Then, when she meets Romeo, she begins to disobey. Then, because Romeo refuses to fight Tybalt, Romeo refuses to fight, Tybalt ends up dying. This makes her father rush into the marriage with Paris. Juliet doesn't want this because she's married to Romeo and doesn't want to commit the sin of bigamy. So she takes the potion, making Romeo think she is dead. He kills himself. She wakes up and kills herself. Her death can be linked directly back to her disobeying her family. Could Shakespeare be promoting the patriarchy? Juliet could have followed her father's wishes and she may have never died. Could Shakespeare be denouncing the idea of strong females? Her decisiveness could have led to her death. In the extract, Juliet says she will no longer be a part of her family, so she can marry Romeo. She says, I'll no longer be a Capulet. The pronoun I shows that she is taking charge of what she wants. She is making the decision for herself. This shows she is stepping out of her gender role. Women were traditionally supposed to be subservient to men and have their decisions made by men. She says, if thy purpose be marriage, send me word tomorrow. Here she uses the verb send to show that she is in charge of herself. She makes the decision to get married to Romeo. In Elizabethan, this is more back by the way, in Elizabethan times, it was the man's job to court a woman. So by showing a woman actively pursuing a man would be unheard of. Juliet doing this would show the audience that the theme of family. In choosing her own life, she is showing disrespect for her family. The audience in Elizabethan times would have been very religious. Juliet does not honour the fifth commandment, honour thy father and honour thy mother. In going against her father and mother's wishes to marry Paris, she isn't honouring them, making her a bad Christian and making her less trustworthy in the eyes of the audience. Did Shakespeare do this to denounce the patriarchy? I think so. Oh no, I was supposed to say promote. Oh god, I can't even fucking write me fucking essays. Where am I? Promote. Okay, I'm back. The patriarchy. I think so. So the audience now does not trust Juliet's decision making as she is a bad Christian. So when she is a strong female, the audience doesn't want to be like her. Instead, they would obey their family as they have their best wishes in mind. Juliet's parent found her a young suitor in Paris, and Juliet would have been rich and have all he doth possess, instead of dying with nothing. This is a rich man, I'm sorry. In the end, all she has is a masculine qualities. Oh, happy dagger, she stabs herself, in comparison to Romeo's cowardly way of dying, by poison. Juliet gains freedom when she meets Romeo, from being the perfect daughter, Daniel Couldve gives it will to fly, to being rebellious and sexual. I have bought the mansion of love, but I am not doth possess. I didn't write that one down, I don't know the rest of the quote. When she chooses to die, it could be seen as she cannot live without Romeo, or she cannot live without the freedom he gave her. Shakespeare may be saying that women need freedom, or if they don't, they will rebel and go against it. The audience may see this as Shakespeare saying women need to have more control in their own lives, like Juliet had, or society will lose their daughters and lives like the Capulets lost Juliet. What do we think, guys? Great 9? No. I'm gonna do a Christmas Carol one and probably post me reading that later as well. Oh, this is Claude Debussy.